Look at this color. It's so pretty. Get into it. I think this is the most grown out I have ever been as far as like coloring my hair. I'm very interested to see what the results are. I hope that I can blend it. It's so pretty. I am going back and trying to get my hair back to a healthy state and looking good and feeling beautiful. If you didn't know, I was pregnant last year and I gave birth to him in November, and here we are. I've got my bearings and I'm ready to like stunt. Okay, is that what the kids say? I don't know what the kids say. Okay, I'm old. Hey, this is Anisha, also known as Locs and the City. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how I am going to be getting my hair color back. If you know, you know, this has been my color for years, and this is the only color that I've been using since the start of my lock journey in 2020. So I'll be using 2 boxes today, and I will also only be coloring the hair that has grown out, so my roots, and not hair that has previously been colored. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you stay tuned. And also, like, if you guys can like and subscribe, that really helps my video get out to other people who are also interested in topics such as this. If you have any questions, leave it down inside of the comment section and I will get back to them. Let's jump right in. So first off, I'm just gonna give you guys a 360 of my hair so you can see where we're starting out, because we are very, very grown out.
Got too many flows, I be killing them. Oh baby, tell me, say she feeling them. Ain't worth a mile, it's a million them. Say baby, I. Got too many flows, I be killing them. Oh baby, tell me, say she killing them. Mine worth a die, yeah, she killing them. Say baby, I. Yeah, man, tin, it's a yeah, man. A papa boy living, yeah, man. Yeah, man, tin, it's a yeah, man. We can't show you what the yeah, man.
So there you have it. We are quite grown out, as you can see. Now this is going to be a part of my revitalizing my lock series. If you haven't seen the other videos around this topic, then you can go back to my channel and I'm going to have it all in the same playlist. But basically, I've just neglected my hair since having my baby and giving birth and everything, and we're trying to get back. So, you know, everything from scalp care to hair washing routines to now coloring my hair, like all the next steps, I'm gonna have them in order. Make sure you go back to my channel and check those out. If you want to see the future of this journey, just make sure that you hit subscribe. So what I'll be using is only what comes inside of this box right here. It's controversial, but like in my last video that I've done on this hair dyeing, I said no bleach. And I always have somebody who mentions, or people, multiple people, generally within the industry, you know, cosmetology industry, who say, well, you are using a bleach. Let me explain. This, I'm not using a traditional bleach as in like the powdered bleach that you mix up and you put on your hair to strip the color out of it before you put on a color. I am using a box dye that contains a lightening agent. It's an oxidative formula that Dark and Lovely uses inside of this hair color, and probably some of their other hair colors too. You have to look at the ingredients because they have different lines, okay? And their formula uses hydroxygen peroxide as the developer. But yeah, so that's why I say it's not a bleach. You take that how you see fit. For me, I'm saying I don't use a bleach because those of us who aren't cosmetologists think of that as a different thing that maybe cosmetologists do. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments. Like, I don't use a separate process. This is a one-part process for me. That's basically what I'm trying to get at so that there isn't any confusion. Because there are a lot of people that ask me, did you bleach your hair beforehand? If you have a better 2-sentence response, then no, I don't bleach my hair beforehand. I only use what comes in the box. Let me know in the comments. So let's talk about what comes in this box, and I'll tell you what I'm using out of it. Of course, they have the cream developer. We have the fade resist conditioning color. This is what you mix into your developer. The instructions which also come with a pair of gloves folded in them. And then they have a moisture mask conditioner. Now this conditioner is the only thing that I don't use out of this box. And for me, I think it's because I have locks and I don't want to put anything thick and creamy in my locks that can really just kind of get gunked up and attract more, well, one, create buildup, and two, attract buildup. So I don't use this, but you use that if you want to. It's your prerogative. So outside of the boxes that I have, I'm going to be using 2 boxes today. I have a towel, and I also have a couple of headbands and an old t-shirt that I don't care about if it gets any color on it. I'm just going to start by dividing my hair into 2. And now I'm going to go ahead and mix my cream developer and my color together. What I like about the new ones is that now, instead of like having to pinch this off, you used to have to pinch it off and tear it off. It was perforated, I guess. You can just unscrew this. I'm going to put on my gloves so that I can keep my hands safe from the chemicals that we are using. They're in the directions. You're always welcome to get your own gloves that maybe fit a little bit better. Disclaimer, for me, I have been using this color for a while, so I feel comfortable pretty much using it without looking at the instructions. But if it is your first time, or if you haven't been using it very much, definitely read through the instructions thoroughly and maybe do, you know, a strand test or an allergy test to make sure that you're not allergic to the formula that they have in here, or that you're gonna like the outcome of the color on your hair, because obviously we all have different heads of hair, so our colors could process slightly differently. As you can see with my hair, it is like very dark. It's black. Like I don't have brown hair at all. Then it ends up lifting to more of this sandy-ish, reddish brown. But if you have lighter hair than mine, it might end up even lighter. After I do the 2 sections, I divide it again into like 4ths, but I only need 2 hair ties for that. I think the instructions also recommend that you can use like plastic clips. I find it's easier for me to use hair bands because these are like kind of slippery, and hair clips is hard to find. Sometimes hair clips that can fit all of my locks, like in this section, I would have to find one that can clip all of this and keep it out of my face. So it's just easier. Here you go. I'm gonna start at the root and just put a generous amount of color. So I'm gonna spread that down my locks, and this is where my section ends, so I'm just going back to right here for this section. Now I'm gonna try to work fairly quickly so that my color can turn out evenly. If you are working on carpet or actually any floor, make sure you put down something below you, because like I just did, you can spill color. The hardest thing for me is going to be to figure out like where my color stops on my hair, because it is kind of like a faded grow out. Like it's not a sharp line, which I like. Let's not get on that. So my color stops right about here. Just double check. I'm not too worried about the rows that are really deep in here, because you'll notice that I'm actually going to go row by row and check it. This is just the first row that we're starting on. And I am just rubbing in some of the color on my baby hairs right here so that I don't end up with black baby hairs and like light brown hair on the rest of my head, which looks crazy. I'm gonna go to the next row now. Just to make sure. So I still feel like it's just a little bit dark right about here for some of them. The reason I go row by row is because with locks, I'm really trying to make sure that I am getting all the way in the lock where the new hair is, or it just doesn't color as well. if it's not fully saturated. And I'm gonna go a little bit on the underside because I'm noticing that it's just not, it didn't transfer all the way through, or it's not as saturated as I would like it to be. I like it to be where I can like squeeze it and hear it or see it squeezing out of my lock. Now I'm gonna keep moving on. Now we are gonna get to a section of my hair where I have been experiencing postpartum shedding. If you would like to hear more about that, I have said it inside of some of my other videos, especially like part 1 of this revitalization journey. You'll see what I've had to do basically because of the shedding. It is a little bit extensive inside of my temple areas, but I'm not gonna get into that today just because I've talked about it in other videos. And my hair coloring video, I think it's gonna be a little long. So we don't have time for that right now, you know? But if that's something you're interested in, I definitely have spoken about it, and it's in part 1 of the revitalization series. Another thing that you'll probably see in my series coming up is going to be trimming my hair. And also, I am super overdue for a retightening. So I have booked that appointment. I haven't decided if I'm gonna bring you all with me. It depends on how my loctician feels about that. I'm gonna ask her, I'm gonna see. But yeah, that's gonna be a pretty penny to get them back retightened. If you wanna see how many weeks I am retightened, you can check out that video. If I do get to bring you guys with me, whether I do or don't, I definitely will let you guys know how much it costs to have your hair retightened after you're way overdue like me. Don't be like me. Honestly, save your coins and don't be like me. Stay on top of it. I just have a bad tendency to, if it's not on my calendar, it like doesn't happen. And unfortunately, the last time I got my hair retightened, she was going on maternity leave. I had just come back from having my baby, and I did not schedule another one that same day, that same week for like later on in the year because I wasn't sure when she was coming back from maternity leave. And what I should have done, what I really should have done was set a reminder on my phone to schedule an appointment, and I didn't do that. Okay, since that section is done, get it up out of the way by using this hair tie that I have back here. All right, so I am going to do this next section in the front of my head first. I'm gonna do that off camera. I'll come back and show you how I do the back without really having a mirror present, because I kind of do that by feel. All right, see you in a bit. Side 2 has been fully completed. I think that took me maybe like 8 to 10 minutes to do. It definitely is faster like when I'm not talking or looking at a camera and I can just look straight in the mirror. I'm trying to move as fast as possible because I don't want the color to sit on my hair longer than necessary or a lot lighter than the next section. So now I'm going to move to the back. Start back on side A, where I first began. I'm going to repeat the same steps, but I'm gonna start from this top and go down and show you guys how I do it. I'm sorry, my nose is running. I think the fumes are getting to me a little bit. If you're just doing it like with one mirror like me, where you can't see the back of your head, this is the way to do it. Obviously, if you have a back mirror, then you don't need to do this method at all because you can see what's going on. So I know that right here is where the section starts. I'm just gonna bring my finger down right there. Drag this across. So I am not even gonna hold you all. I did not do a good job of filming the back of my head. And because of the time crunch, I really wasn't focused on maybe getting the best angle and shot. So apologies, but essentially I do want to explain what I'm doing. So I am using my finger as a guide to put down the dye on my locks, if that makes sense. Now you will see it in hyperspeed, so you can kind of get a feel and an idea for what I'm doing. But, you know, if you're new to this or you don't feel comfortable with it, definitely use a back mirror so that you can see what you're doing back there. So thank you all. Appreciate the patience. Let me know if you have any questions about it in the comments. I'm happy to try to answer, or I can film this again the next time I dye my hair and do a better job. From the front, what I'll be able to see is how far I got the color down, which is right about here. And because it is so grown out, I can see what area I have left to color right around here. And just like that, I have completed this one little section. Now I'm gonna go all the way down and try to do this section as quickly as possible. I have about this much dye left, so I'm definitely gonna be cutting it close with these two bottles. I'm gonna be cutting it close. I'm gonna have enough, but I'm cutting it close. What I am going to do, and what you probably won't see me do right here, is I would go to my bathroom mirror, my big bathroom one, and take my handheld mirror and kind of do a spot check of the back, just to make sure it looks well saturated. For right now, I'm gonna go straight into my next section because I want to get this done. And then I'm gonna go spot check. I'm gonna go ahead and open bottle number 2, because this one is practically out. So I'm gonna repeat the same process that I did on this back side on this last section, and then I will come back and show you all how we're looking in the front and how the color is processing. So I'm gonna try to do that really quickly. So be right back. I've just finished the last section. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go through and kind of see where we're at processing wise for the color that I put in the first 2 sections in the front of my head. And quick update, I have maybe a little bit less, about half this bottle left, about right here. A little bit less than half. Can you see that? It's a very golden brown. It's still a little bit darker than the rest of my hair, as we can see. But when I get in the sun, it's starting to get there. It's starting to blend. Let me check the other section. Let this sit for maybe just a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna rinse this out. The next time you see me, I will have a new color and I will be back. She'll be back. We are back. Color has been completed. I've rinsed it out, and this is what we're left with. Let me give you guys up close and personal. You guys let me know your thoughts, and then I will follow up and tell you what I personally think. with this. Like, I can get with this. I feel like I'm getting back to myself a little bit. I look a little bit more how I did beforehand. And I just love this color on me. I really do love this brown, warm color on me. Now for the things that I think, you know, could have been a little bit better. I do see, like, we're getting a little bit of Little Mermaid right here. I don't know if you can see that. And the first section and down the middle where I started. It's not that bad, but I can notice it. Just a smidgen. I feel like it got a little hot and it's a little brighter than the rest of the hair. But then again, this part all the way up until this part right here is actually loose and this is locked. So maybe when it does get, you know, when I go back for my retightening, maybe, just maybe, it's gonna blend a little bit better because it's gonna look similar to, I'm just pulling all the hairs up on the side, looks similar to that, you know, as opposed to being loose. So that is number one. Number two, I felt like I did see a little bit of splotchiness here and there, but hey, that is part of it. When you do color your own hair, there is a possibility of that happening. Even when somebody else colors your own hair, there's a possibility of that happening. So I can live with that as far as how my hair looks. This actually isn't the first time that I have left the color in just a smidgen too long. The worst time that I did it was actually right before my wedding. So in all my wedding pictures, my hair had set with the color longer than it should have and was quite bright, or brighter than I would have liked it to be. Now, I love my wedding pictures and I love the way I look. It's just I don't like my hair to lift that much or to be that bright. I want it more brown than red. But you know, if we're giving Little Mermaid, we're giving Little Mermaid. What's wrong with that? I like Little Mermaid. I think the brown looks better on my skin as opposed to going too far into the red. I can do a ginger. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm hoping that this was helpful for you all. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave them below. If you like this type of content and want to see more of it, or you want to see the end of this lock revitalization journey that I'm on to get my hair back to where it was pre-birth, pre-baby, make sure you follow along. Make sure that you subscribe. It not only helps me, but it helps you to see my content and other people who may be looking for content like mine. But this is Anisha with Locs in the City. Thanks for being here with me today. You guys have a great day. Bye. If you're still here, I just wanted to drop a little gem that my next upload will be me 17 weeks since my last retightening. And so that enjoy this little hype up conversation. That is so pretty. I know last year I was like talking about going to another color, but how can I when the lighting hits it and we're like this? I don't know, how can I do that? I haven't found another color that would hit like this, I think. Like, there's some that I've thought of. I saw some of the recommendations that people sent me, but I don't know. It's a big decision. And also being like, I feel like if I were to go to another color outside of this, that would probably be my last color for like, I don't know, maybe ever, a long time. Because right now I'm on a journey to going to waist length, and I wouldn't be able to process my hair a lot because that would be even more damaging than regular color already is. So I would have to I would be limiting myself to what I can do if I don't like the color. So I think for right now, just for a little while longer, unless I can come across something that I just like love, I think I'm gonna keep this color, at least for this year. Plus, like, I don't think I can make another big decision, life decision right now. Like, I am adjusting to being a new mother and to just doing a lot of projects in my life that I'm really excited about, which some I'll be sharing here very, very soon. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with Old Faithful a little while longer, but like, my goodness. Yeah, let me get out of this light.